This is the four-man rush. All right, so folks, before we get started, big shout out to Manscaped once again. If you guys haven't tried their products, please do. They are they are awesome, and it's great grooming products for men. It keeps the jewels clean, fellas. I'm just saying. You know, you have your trimmer, you have your ball deodorant, you have your spray. It smells wonderful. It keeps you nice and tidy downstairs and all that good stuff, man. Trust me, it works. It works, and the fellows can contest to that. Vash, I don't think we mentioned that last time we was here, but you know, it's some great stuff, kiddo. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Y'all, you didn't mention, like, y'all said y'all were sponsored by Manscaped, but you didn't go into all of the details and how it was beneficial.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yo,
I'm impressed.
I mean, it's you know the chafing gone. All right, you know if you're playing, if you're athletics, running, things of that nature, you know, a lot of gone. It's beautiful. It's great stuff. It's great stuff, man.
I'll have to look them up. Not for myself, of course, but
Sure. I mean, by all means, if you any type of men in your life, fathers, brothers, whatever, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Husband, boyfriend, whatever, you know. Yeah, you gotta keep it, tidy. So, on ongoing discussion, how'd you guys feel about the trading back for the picks that we picked up? We wound up having 11 draft picks in this draft.
I saw a report though that not everybody was happy with those moves. I think the Panthers reporter said that as Fitterer was making these deals, some people in the war room were like, "Yo, there are quality old linemen, and you're trading back."
Yeah.
And as you're trading back, these people are going off the board, and so you know, apparently there was a bit of division there because the Panthers could have better met some offensive line needs if they didn't trade back. I think they went from 39 to 59 in the second round. And so there were some people who just weren't happy with that. We'll see if that pays off. Yo, I honestly, and I didn't get to ask Fitterer this question because I think I was on the beach during a press conference. It wasn't professional. It wouldn't have been professional, but he had fun. Like, this man was getting calls. It's like it's a girl who has all these suitors. He's getting all these calls, and he answered the phone for all of them. I think that he had fun with this draft. I don't know what his strategy was. If somebody called with a good offer, he was like, all right, just like, you know how I'll say women let guys take them out to eat. Fitterer let everybody take him out to eat. And so, you know, I think he enjoyed the whole game of trading back, but they did pick up good talent along the way. So I think it's a double-edged sword. I think that, you know, we'll see. I mean, if you're sold on Cam Irving, then okay.
Strong Cam, yeah.
Just had a flashback, man. That's all. Just had a flashback.
This wine is delicious.
I know Smooth now sold on Cam Irving. He can't be.
Yeah, Smooth.
He a Florida State guy too, so.
I know. Don't remind me because I feel bad feeling that way. But Florida State is betraying me. Other than Brian Burns, man, Kelvin Benjamin betrayed me, man.
Oh, poor Kelvin.
You're absolutely right.
Bless his heart.
I guess that news got to be true that you heard about some guys in the war room pretty upset because I promise you, if I was in the war room, I probably would have caught an assault and battery charge because I would have.
Oh my God!
Fitterer would have had to catch these hands because I'm literally sitting there. We sitting there at 39. Everybody that we scouted, everybody that we wanted
was at 39.
They were the whole draft. The whole draft.
Yeah.
Forget Jackson Carman. We moved on from that. But the fact that you went and got Tommy Tremble, a lot of people didn't even know who he was. But Wyatt Davis was right there. Probably the best guard in the country was right there on the board twice, and you passed on him. So I'm pretty sure some of them guys that work in the trenches, they wanted to put hands on Fitterer.
Who do you think? But who do you think was mad though? Because if Fitterer is making these trades, somebody was like, "Yo, son, what are you doing?" Maybe it was.
I was like that because I was ready to be done for the night.
Whoever works in the trenches and whoever works with the quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks know that they got to get protected. So probably all of them, because honestly, you setting Darnold up to fail if you don't know who your left tackle is going to be. So then we got to listen to all these fans cry about how bad Sam Darnold is, but you're giving him no chance. Now, I ain't going to be too pessimistic because I do like Deontay Brown. I thought he should have went a lot earlier than he did. I was just thankful that we got him. But I just seen some guys fall down the board that we knew that we wanted that would come and be day one difference makers, but you're settling for a backup left tackle that might be able to play guard that might be average in the football league. So it's like,
and that's the thing. They do that every season. Every season, going into the offseason, going to the draft, there's always a need on the offensive line, and they will do everything but take care of that need. And it's just like, I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out.
You told me those words last episode. You gave me those exact words last episode. That's
it's like you're being pumped. It's like, okay, this is an obvious move, so let's go that way. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I still was shocked that they didn't take Justin Fields, even with everything that was going on. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep letting them do this to me. Like, I have no idea what the Panthers are gonna do, because the obvious solution will be right there, and they'll go in the total opposite direction. Like, they go from A to Z to get back through the alphabet instead of going straight from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or they'll go from Z to A. But I don't really get it. Like you said, a lot of those players that they had scouted and had, second round grades on, they were bypassing them and just racking up picks. So we'll get to see pretty quickly whether the quantity over quality approach actually worked for them. Because that's
one more point. I think if we stayed exactly where we were, we didn't make no trades and no moves or nothing, we could have walked out. The way the board was falling, we could have walked out of this draft with 6 outstanding football players that were all going to make a difference. You went and got 11 picks, so and at this point, you're hoping that you get 4 of them, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
I agree. Will, how'd you feel about the trading backs, man? Did we pick up some quality talent or what?
A little bit mixed. I like the Terrace Marshall pick a lot. I think he was probably a first-round pick if he was healthy. I mean, he's 6'4", big and fast, can make contested catches. You're talking about a team that struggled in the red zone. I think he's going to be an immediate impact player in that regard. I think he'll challenge next year right away for that number 2 wide receiver spot. And he gives you flexibility with both DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson's contracts coming up. So, if he can stay healthy, I think he has the talent to really push to even be the number 1 receiver on this team. This third round, not really a fan of that round there. I mean, Brady Christensen pick, I get why. I mean, he's an athletic lineman. He can fit anywhere, guard or tackle. I mean, I know a lot of people are hoping he can be the answer at left tackle. I mean, that remains to be seen. But I thought there were better linemen on the board in round 2, and you didn't really have to settle for him there. Tommy Tremble, I love his skill set. I just question whether that position is worth a third-round pick as well. Then you start to get to day 3, and I think that's a little bit of a mixed bag. I mean, Chuba Hubbard, I get why they need to take some of the weight off Christian McCaffrey, but are they actually going to get a guy the ball? I mean,
no. I'm going here to solve that for you. No, they're not. They were reluctant to give Mike Davis the ball. They're not going to give Chuba Hubbard the ball. It's just not going to happen unless Christian is injured. And I'm knocking on wood because I hope he's healthy.
Right. If you don't get but 2 carries a game, that's a wasted draft pick. I mean, you got to at least give him some kind of
I mean, just like C.J. Anderson, it wasn't a draft pick, but they are very, very used to using Christian McCaffrey as a security blanket. I'm just going to hope that last season was at least a good enough example for them to follow in terms of ball distribution. Like, you got some players on the team. Christian McCaffrey is amazing, but you got receivers for a reason. He shouldn't be the most targeted in the game. He's a freaking running back. You got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, all these 1,000-yard performers. Get them the ball. Continue to have that ball distribution that you had when Christian was injured, and I think they'll be fine. But like I said, the obvious solution will be right there. Then the Panthers will go the other way. So we're going to see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they used the draft pick on, so hopefully they use them. But, I mean, we led the country in rushing 2019. So, I mean, he can play, but I guess the question is, we're still going to see running the ball to Christian McCaffrey 25, 30 times and having him.
Oh, Christian McCaffrey is going to get his touches.
Yeah.
He gonna get his touches now.
We're talking about 25 to 30.
Yeah, so
handoff and receiving, he's going to get it.
Right. He's going to get his touches, like bar none.
But I tell you what, if the defense can create turnovers and a lot more 3 and outs, hopefully that'll translate into Chubb getting some more carries, and hopefully that'll work itself out. We cannot just keep relying on Christian all the damn time, man.
Yeah, but that's my thing with the Chuba Hubbard pick. I like the player, but are they going to use him? I mean, if we're not going to use him, then what's the point of using a draft pick on a running back? Might as well just wait it to undrafted free agency to get that. But time will tell as far as that goes. And then the rest of the picks, I mean, drafting a long snapper, I wasn't a fan of. I thought that was just kind of doing what I want to do.
Well, to be fair, a couple years ago, they drafted Harrison Butker in the 7th round, let him go, and we saw what he did in Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah, JJ been here since 2008 though. I mean,
I think
for long snappers not putting points on the field.
Yeah. True. I think they're just getting ready to edge JJ on out.
That was a disrespectful pick to a lot of guys who should have been drafted, in my opinion. That was a disrespectful pick in the 6th round at that, not even the 7th round. Like, that was a disrespectful pick. And you guys were speaking about it earlier. With no players from HBCUs getting drafted, and you have a long snapper getting drafted in the 6th round, disrespectful.
Right. Yeah, like we got David Moore from Grambling. He had a 4th round grade on a lot of boards, but since he went to an HBCU, I mean, everyone says, we can just get him as an undrafted free agent. No one's going to take him. And that's just kind of the mentality they have. So you got 2 long snappers get drafted. I think the Redskins, or not Washington football team, I'm sorry, took a long snapper in the 7th round. So you got 2 long snappers getting drafted before any players from HBCUs at all. That just doesn't sit well with me. But other than that, I mean, it's exciting to get 11 players. But you look at Scott Fitterer and the Seahawks draft the last couple of years. I mean, I'm looking at 11 picks. Most of these guys aren't even making the team. They're on other teams. Some are just solid contributors, rotational players. You see he maybe hit on one, like he got a DK Metcalf in there, or, he got a Chris Carson in the 7th round. So maybe some of these guys hit, but I just think the quality or the quantity over quality thing is just throwing a bunch of darts at the dartboard and just hoping one sticks. I mean, draft is pretty much a lottery. So if you have more tickets in the game, you have a better chance on hitting on them. But
I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that. Like I said, once they started drafting, grabbing up all those picks, I was just seeing it as a quality versus quantity thing. Yeah. And you can have 11 picks, but like you said, if only 3 or 4 of them pan out, what's the point?
Right.
I don't know, but I found my way over to these comments. Somebody said that they were more shocked with the long snapper draft pick. They said Rue just be doing too much. he be doing a lot though. He does do a lot.
Truth to that. That's some truth to that.
Man, I just am shocked that they are all in on Sam Darnold like this.
That worries
That's the thing that's really getting me. Beyond. I know we're talking about the draft, but I'm like, man. I mean, even though Aaron Rodgers is still out there, but anyway, they're all listen. I mean, let's shake it all the way up. He can only end up in Denver or Carolina, theoretically. Those are the places he could possibly end up with the way things are going. But, I mean, I was just shocked that because they were all in like this on Teddy just 12 months ago. And we saw how that ended. That's the thing.
You look at Matt Rule. He comes from Temple and Baylor. So when he's recruiting, he's not getting the 5-star kids out of high school. He's got to bank on traits.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting paid like he's getting paid now either. He wasn't getting paid at Baylor or Temple like he's getting paid. Like, you got to step that up. It's a lot more cutthroat in the NFL than it is in NCAA football.
Yeah, they're not going to be as patient with him. But I just think he's used to being at a school where he's not getting 5-star recruits to say, I can change this kid. I can make him better. I can develop him over 4 years and build him into the player I hope he can be. And he's kind of bringing that mentality to the NFL, saying, I'm a better coach than Adam Gase. I can do more with Sam Darnold than he can. So, I mean, time will tell. I don't think.
That's the approach they're taking.
Darnold.
The approach they're taking. Yeah, that's the approach that they're taking, that it was all Gase. So
it's a risk though, because like Sheena
it's
said,
definitely a risk.
let Justin Fields ball out in Chicago. Okay,
Let him ball out and Sam tank.
Fields ball out in Chicago, and Sam is Teddy Bridgewater 2.0. Because we all know Tepper was not a Teddy fan at all. So let Sam ball out and Sam Darnold be another Teddy Bridgewater. Matt Rule.
Vashti and I will be coming from y'all outside of Bank of America Stadium after a round table meeting with David Tepper explaining why Matt Rule was let go.
Matt Rule was fired. And we'll go back to this show right here, and we'll look at if Justin Fields is hoops in Chicago, it's going to be problems.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
I got a question. I don't think it's troubling that the two most important positions on the offense, it seems like we can't figure out. How do you progress as a football team when you have different quarterbacks every year? You ain't solved left tackle. How good are we going to be? That's just my
but that's the thing. This team has struggled with continuity, and that's another reason that I like that J.C. Horn pick. Like that secondary, most tenured it was, or the most stable it was when they had James Bradbury, and then they let him walk in free agency. So they're going to need. I like the long-term investment in. Well, I'm not going to say long-term investment because we don't know what his contract situation is. But I feel like that's where the value of that J.C. Horn pick comes in. There's not a lot of continuity. There's a lot of moving pieces via injury, free agency, cuts and things like that. There's just not a lot of continuity with this team in the last, I would say, 4 to 5 seasons, and they're struggling to find that. And it's very difficult to even get that camaraderie on the offensive line because so many guys are playing out of position due to injury. So that's one of the things that I think is going to be a key going into this 2021 season is just some chemistry and continuity, especially with the way COVID is. Although I will say, leaving the draft, I feel confident that the NFL things are going to be back to normal or close to normal by the time things kick off, because I was not expecting us to be able to interface with the athletes. We were like, boom, boom, like close. Nice. I was kind of shocked. I was going to the bathroom. Nice. And I didn't, they were like, oh, they're going to stop and do, stand-ups. And I was like, they're going to do stand-ups. I wasn't even prepared to ask a question because I didn't go to Cleveland thinking that we were actually going to see them. We were in a press conference room for the first time in 2 years. That was still kind of shocking. But if that's any indication, the NFL is going right back to as close to normal as possible, which isn't shocking because of all the money they lost. But we didn't have to verify whether or not we were vaccinated, and we were within arm's reach. No, we were within arm reach. I could have put my phone right in Trey Lance's face. So I would say that things are inching as closely to normal as possible. By the time September rolls around, I'm pretty sure Bank of America will be at least to 75% capacity. I would be shocked if it was less than that.
Thank goodness. Our fans need that.
Yeah, but they also need to be vaccinated. So I feel like that should be that's a political thing. That's a political thing. I know. I'm sorry. But I believe in safety and I want to get back to regular life as fast as everybody else. Yeah. But it takes some discipline.
I saw somebody mention that, Kelvin, you posted the comment that somebody said Darnold was on his rookie contract, low risk, high reward. I agree with that, which is why I thought they would get Justin Fields when he was
another quarterback, right?
These guys, Sam Darnold is such low risk. Yeah, they gave up some picks, but they didn't give up anything really serious for him. Nothing that they didn't give up a first round or anything. God knows they would not have done that. But so that's why when they didn't pick Justin with all of the questions surrounding Sam Darnold, I was shocked. But we're not bashing Darnold. I think all of us here hope Darnold does well, because when the Panthers do well, business is good and business is better. So, and so we all want the Panthers to be successful. We want Darnold to be successful.
Yeah.
He just
Are you froze, B?
With Darnold, we gotta realize that he's 23 in the 2018 draft. He was like the highest rated quarterback coming out. I think they had him as I'm looking at a draft profile right now. They had him as a Pro Bowl talent graded. So Justin Fields is kind of the shiny new toy. We've seen him dominate in college and doing all this stuff. But Darnold's only 23, and he was probably at least as equally graded as Fields coming out as a prospect. So, I mean, I think you still got a young quarterback with upside. It's just a matter of what are you going to surround him with, how are you going to use him, and can he live up to his potential?
So Elvin Friend. Oh, okay. I was going to address Elvin Friend.
I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that in a second. JD, go ahead and chime in, bro. How you feel about the picks and that we got in the second, third, and all that good stuff.
As far as trading back, I knew it was going to be a lot to trade back day 2 when the news dropped that they had like 16 or 15 first round grades in the first round, like on their board. So 15 guys that they think are first rounders. And from that perspective, the media ran with the narrative that the Panthers are going to trade back in the first round. That just told me that their group of day 2, 3 guys are just so deep that they just need more pick. They want to have more picks to be able to pick those guys up. But as far as trading back 20 spots, 8 O-linemen went in that spot from 39 to 59. 8 O-linemen went, and I had 7 of them graded higher than Christian on my board. So you're missing out on some quality players, but you're going for quantity. Also, along the lines of the Chuba Hubbard pick, I'll just comment on that real quick and I'll pass it. As far as what we're talking about with our online, with our offensive snap and target rate, to be honest with you, if we're going to keep it a buck, for Joe Brady, he don't care about winning. Right now, what it's about for Joe Brady is that head coaching job. Team wins do not get you head coaching jobs if you're an offense coordinator. That's just point blank, period.
Why do you say that? You
what
said
he needs is numbers.
You don't think the wins would help boost? Why you say that? No. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious as to like your perspective.
Yeah, it's a hot take, and I'll expound on it. Sean McVay. It's about when you're a young offensive-minded coordinator.
White.
You come into a league. Look,
you left that out.
I'll say it. White. A young offensive-minded guru. It's about getting your numbers. What Christian do? He get numbers. As far as Joe Brady, damn the team wins. He don't care about that. He trying to get to that head coaching job. That's point blank, period. And you know how I know this? Because he didn't put the best players on the field at times back last year. We had PJ Walker at wide receiver 4 times with 3,000-yard receivers on the sideline, bruh. You don't do that and you're trying to win a game. You don't come out in heavy packages and you're not getting no push on the O-line and you're trying to win a game. That's not what you do. Joe Brady, for me, Joe Brady is trying to get a head coaching job. And I'm not slighting him.
I think you absolutely.
I'm not slighting him,
but
I'm just saying he's trying to get his money.
I think wins matter, though. Wins and numbers matter. Too.
Well, let's say that
you can't have numbers on.
How many wins did Adam Gase have before he got that job?
That's what I was going to say. Now, if you're black, you got to come with all of that. But if you are a white young offensive mind, you can be a Cliff Kingsbury and get fired at the college level because you can't win even with somebody like Patrick Mahomes under center. You can come to the NFL with no experience and get hired as a head coach, but you just have to be the right complexion. I'm not even trying to pull a race card. I'm just being real. Like, it doesn't matter whether or not these white offensive minds are successful. They're going to get opportunities that black men wouldn't because there's not a lot of black offensive coordinators. Most head coaches, the way that trajectory goes is offensive coordinator to head coach. You rarely see a defensive coordinator go to head coach, and those are the coordinator positions that we more than likely, occupy. Mm-hmm. I mean, even with Steve Wilkes, he went from DC to head coach. How much of a leash did he have?
Okay,
so you got to be white. I'm sorry. And I said the same thing when people were talking about Joe Brady. I felt like it was absolutely asinine to even put him in a conversation for being a head coach. I love Joe Brady.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I love him. He's swagged out. I love him. He's a cool dude. He just wasn't. I just didn't feel like he deserved those opportunities over, an Eric Bieniemy.
No.
Yeah, but I like Sean McVay. He's one of the best offensive minds.
I like Sean McVay too, but everybody can't be Sean McVay.
Yeah, the Redskins was 8-7-1, and he got the Rams job. I mean, Byron Leftwich didn't even get an interview after winning the Super Bowl this year. So
I'm just trying to put y'all on game.
I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad that somebody in the post-game Super Bowl presser thought that he was Todd Bowles talking about how you stop Patrick Mahomes, and he was like, "What?" Not to mention he had a prolific, career as a player. So how do you not know who Byron Leftwich is? But that's
we thought Tommy Tremble was white at first.
Wow.
I did too. I'm not gonna hold you. I did too. I never heard of him before we drafted him. Before the Panthers drafted him.
So you add that to a long snapper, you can understand how I feel about this draft. I'm gonna let Kevin have it for
anger.
Hey Kev, go ahead, man. Chime in, bro.
Yeah, y'all bringing up all these coaches. Like, what in the world did Matt LaFleur do to get the Green Bay job? I mean, it's the fact that he shook hands with Sean. It seemed like anybody that shook hands with Sean McVay, you must be an offensive genius just like him. I mean, he was offense coordinator for Tennessee. When the last time the Titans was a juggernaut on offense or even average on offense?
Man, listen, the fact that Jeff Fisher was allowed to do what he did in the NFL, all bets are off.
Right.
You know how many, man, he should have to pay some type of reparations to those players whose careers he did.
Right.
The fact that he was able to do what he did, that was crazy.
Right. But as far as the rest of the draft, go ahead. I was saying, as far as the rest of the draft goes, just to sum up real quick, the fact that in the second and third rounds, the fact that we took blockers called Tommy Tremble and Brady Christensen instead of Jackson Carman and Wyatt Davis, who was sitting right there for us. I mean, it's just going to be funny watching the next 2-3 years, those two players be Pro Bowlers, and we're still hoping that these relative athletic scores, which it seemed to be what the Panthers drafted by, because it seems like, we had our watch party here and we literally was saying like two of the players that got drafted had the highest relative athletic score and we picked them. I'm like, well, damn, is that the formula this year? I mean, yeah. Friday was the worst day for me. I was cool with Thursday with J.C. Horn. And that's J.C. Horn. Someone tell David Newton it's not Kaylee Horn, okay? All right.
Oh no.
I heard that. I was like, really? Did he say Kaylee Horn? Okay. All right.
I'm not even gonna talk about him.
He tweeted that.
I need more wine.
Have a sip for me. Look, this Gatorade ain't gonna do. Have some for me. But
man, when I tell you how many DMs I get about why people asking me why David Newton still has a job, and I'm like, y'all, how do I? Come on now, I have nothing to do with this.
And did you see his tweet when he said Luke Kuechly re-signed with the Panthers instead of resigned? I was like,
let's be honest though. People ask why David Newton still has a job, but they follow him and they read his stuff. So it doesn't matter if you ask like, oh, well, why does David Newton have a job with the Panthers and he's
still engaging
reporter? Well,
I really do have to go get some more wine. Though.
He has 40,000 followers who say he does his job okay. And
I hope you take his job. I hope you take his job.
And people are reading his articles. Meanwhile, you have other people who are in that in that media room and who try to do just as good a job or better, and not as much support. Now, granted, he's with ESPN, but the Panthers are a real niche market, and so. There are a lot the way Panthers Twitter is and fans and the Roaring Riot. A lot of us know each other because if you see one person's tweet, you see everybody's tweet because there's a lot of interaction. So obviously, Panthers fans are following David Newton, and it is. I mean, I hate to hear people complain. Hit the unfollow button. Don't read his articles. If he says something stupid, why are you retweeting him and giving him even more exposure? If you don't like what David Newton says, pump up the people who you like more. And that's all I got to say about that.
Preach.
Hey, Kevin, I need you to
make an offer for that young lady, please. Pass his hat around.
Kevin, I need you to give me some flowers real quick, bro. Because I've been catching flack today and when I did the episode yesterday with them other podcasts. When the last time I missed the offensive lineman? When the last time I had a bad perspective on one? I just need you to answer that for everybody that like show them the facts. When do I really mess up when it come to looking at offensive linemen and deciding who's trash and who's good?
No,
Somebody
we don't.
tell me. I
We
don't
don't. We
miss.
don't.
So I'm
Bro,
not trying to
We don't
you
make
spot
I'm
mistakes
on.
not
like
Like
trying to
that.
rage.
you spot on. Like, cause before we got
Shit.
together, I thought I knew a lot about offensive line, but
Ain't no
I got
slouches
no
around here,
problems.
kid.
I got no problems putting assistant on the title, assistant O line guru, because you know your stuff, and that's credit to you. That's not knocking my knowledge and my experience, because I think is very reputable, and I got the resume to
No,
prove it. But you that dude, and I
no.
tell anybody, that's why I tag you anything with the offense line, like that thing with Jeff Schwartz and Duke Merriweather with the Big Boys Club, anything like that. Hey, I'm making it known about you. So, but yeah, you that guy.
Ain't no
No
Can
talking.
slouches
I
I
around
ask
just
here.
don't want
you a
people to be
question?
mad at me because I don't like Brady Christensen. I don't like his tape. It's that simple.
I was
Live
gonna
with it and
say
move on.
Oh,
smooth. And if you guys don't mind, I just want to add, like, what grade would you give Panthers offensive line right now? Are they F
Phew,
trash?
I have confidence in Moulton for
phew.
sure. I have confidence in Paradis, but I don't know how much he has left. Like I said, Deontay Brown, the fact that he was on my board, that's why I'm happy. But he wasn't my favorite guard. I watched Trey Smith go. I watched Wyatt Davis go. I watched Jackson Carmen go. I watched too many other great guards on the board for us go. But
Hmm.
right now, it's a question mark. I like David Moore too, but like everybody been saying, I feel like he should have been drafted. So I want to say that's a steal, but it's also an injustice. Like he should have been off the board a long time ago, and we got him as an undrafted free agent. But if I got to grade this draft, I'm giving it a C. This offensive line, I'm giving it a C because I really don't see an answer at left tackle. I think we're going to struggle there. I think that you're not going to be able to see the best of Sam Darnold because he's going to be getting rid of the ball real fast. I think that Christian McCaffrey deserves a lot more. He deserves to be able to get upfield 3 yards before having to make a move or being touched. We haven't changed that yet.
Hmm.
So I'm giving it a C right now.
Hmm.
Did you
yeah.
see any starting on left tackles after Slater was off the board? Because I know it's round 2. Every round you get down, down, and down, it's less likely
Hey,
going to get an
hey, I
immediate
got him.
impact starter right there.
Hey, I got him pulled up right here. So check this out. When we traded with Chicago to go from 39 overall to 52, here's the following tackles that went off the board shortly after. Miami Dolphins pick 42. They took Liam Eichenberg out of Notre Dame. Right after that, Jacksonville Jaguars took Walker Little out of Stanford, 45th pick. Then right after that, the Bengals took Jackson Carman with the 46th pick. The Washington football team, they took Sam Cosmi, who I wasn't a big fan of, but still a tackle. They took him with the 51st pick. The Titans took Dylan Raduns from North Dakota State with the 53rd pick. So you're talking about what, 5, 6 left tackles that I can make a legit case for were better than what we ended up with as far as
Three of
uh,
them are day one starters. 3 of them are
right,
day one starters. Day one, and will do a good job at it. Now you can put my hat on that. They're going to be great football players.
Damn, man.
right. But as far as the rest of the draft, I mean, day 3, I like day 3 for the most part. I think one of the biggest steals was Davion Nixon out of Iowa. They were saying that this was one of the weakest defensive draft class. Getting a player of his caliber in the 5th round, and I'll be honest, I never heard of him till we got up. But once I started doing my own little research and digging and things like that, I'm seeing that this could be a steal on day 3. Um, as far as the questions with the offensive line. I think 4 position could be solidified. I think Taylor Moton at right tackle. I would like to see David Moore get the right guard spot, him or Dennis Daly. Daly. Of course, Paradis at center and Deontay Brown at left guard. But again, that question mark is at that left tackle. So offensive line potentially could be a B- with them 4, but the only thing that's going to keep it from being a very good to great offensive line is going to be what happens at left tackle. Maybe Trent Scott, who beat out Greg Little, which ain't saying much, to start last year after Russell
Right.
Okung got his Bitcoins and chilled for the rest of the
Yeah.
season. But I mean, hey, it's that left door is still a revolving door. This will be the 9th season since Jordan Gross retired that we're gonna have a different starting left tackle. The
If
saga
you would have,
continues.
Kev,
That's gotta stop.
if you would have took Jackson Carmen or even Walker Little, I would have confidence that this is an A offensive line because I'm cool with Deontay. I'm cool with the interior. I'm cool with David Moore and Deontay Brown. But if you just would have took one of those, if you just would have did something at left tackle, I would have a completely different perspective. But it's going to hurt. It's really going to hurt because you don't really know who's going to play at that position.
That's
I
what I'm
don't want
saying.
Trent Scott playing long term.
Yep.
Dennis Daly is a guard.
There's no continuity and there's no chemistry because people are constantly playing out of position all year.
That's going. I think. Yeah, I agree with you, Larry. That's going to bite us in the ass, bro. Unfortunately, hopefully that defense is going to be stout enough where we're not going to suffer too much.
Like JD said earlier, JC Horn pick, that was the most exciting thing we can get up about. That's my favorite pick.
Yeah.
We always hit on first rounders, so that's my optimism right there.
That's the way it is, man.
Yeah, I know what they were saying, like with Brady Christensen, one of the things they said they was high on him. And you could tell because he fits the athletic profile of what they like. I mean, he ran with a 4.8, 40, something like that. I mean, his arms are a little bit short for a that you would want from a tackle. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he did 30 reps on the bench press. So you look at his athletic profile, I mean, you can see, some upside there, but I mean, it just doesn't show on tape, it seems like. Because I watched the tape with Kev, what was it, Friday afternoon while we were waiting for our next pick. And it's just something was missing there. I mean, he might just be better off at guard. I mean, who knows? But he just.
Will, I challenge you to show me his most dominant game. Will, show me his most dominant game. Give me a game I could go watch where he dominated. You don't have it. And look at the competition they're playing.
You don't see it. In pass pro, he doesn't. I mean, they go off like that PFF stuff where he's not giving up pressures, but he's getting beat on a lot of reps. And I think you see Zach Wilson making plays. So I guess they don't. I don't know what they record as a pressure or not, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts. Maybe he's just better off inside, or he might be able to coach him up and see what he can become. But I don't hate the pick at that spot. Is one thing I will say. I think he's a good value at that particular spot. It's just more a matter of what they passed on in trading back to get him. But as a late third rounder, a guy that can probably back up both tackle positions, slide in at guard, it gives you depth, which is what you're looking for typically on day 2 and 3.
What I will say, though, to add on to that, because I watched 3 of his games so far from last year, when BYU played Louisiana Tech, when they played Houston, and when they played University of Texas, San Antonio. The biggest thing that stands out about him, he's got a long torso and he's got short legs. So him bending at the waist is very natural for him. That's going to cause him a lot of grief with the defensive ends in the NFL by being able to get that leverage and to be able to keep his feet moving, because a lot of times he'll be the first one off the line of scrimmage. He gets to jump faithfully. Like, I'll give him that. He gets off the ball faster than anybody else you see on that line. But what he does after that, I'm thinking about Cam Jordan. I'm thinking about Shaq Barrett. I'm thinking about the people in our division just looking at this kid like, that's your Mr. Blindside? I bet. Because, he's big and he's in space, but he's not assertive at all. And just watching those 3 games so far, I've yet to see anything of a dominating even series. Like, I see a few here or there. I see that he just was. I mean, when you're blocking 6'2", 250-pound defensive ends, of course you're gonna look like you're dominating, but you're not gonna see that in the NFL. Brian Burns gonna eat him up in practice.
Mm-hmm.
But Kev,
maybe
you don't think
that Brian Burns that would actually maybe strengthen that part of his game. Seeing that every day in practice?
Ask Greg Little. Greg Little saw the same thing.
I don't know if you can even say that because Greg Little was always in concussion protocol.
Well, I told you Greg Little was trash before he got drafted. Like, I knew that, but he don't get under nobody.
Y'all are brutal.
Yeah. And that's going to be a problem for him at this level because we're trying to run the ball. That's what they said. We still want to be a physical football team. If you can't drive guys off the ball, it's going to be a problem for you. He gets off the ball fast, like Kevin said. I love him in space. When it's the screen game and the toss game, he's great in space because he's an athlete. When they come and just, Kev, go back to that game where we lost against the Raiders, where you got to get a push on 4th down, he's not doing that for you, bro.
Nah,
It's that simple.
he's not that guy. He's not that guy at all. But just overall with him, I mean, it's just a hope. It's just a hope and a prayer that somehow that the coaching staff can somehow put that together. But from those 3 games that I watched him so far, I'm not even feeling optimistic a little bit. So, that's why we're fans. That's why they're coaches. So hey, at the end of the day, all I got is internet and Google to to come up with what I can come up with. But at the end of the day, film don't lie. And and if you're soft as rabbits pissing on cotton, and which is what my offensive line coaches say to me, which is what I see with this guy. I mean, he's not that guy that's gonna get you that 4th and goal on the 1 yard line. Do not run behind Deontay Brown if you want that score.
There you have it.
Hey, I think the Detroit Lions be listening to us, bro, because I swear they took every lineman I like. Detroit Lions have. The Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, and the Cincinnati Bengals, they have every single lineman that we liked in this draft. So they doing something right up there.
I'm a skill player guy. I got what I want. I got 2 cornerbacks, got a running back, 2 wide receivers. I mean, Shi Smith, you watch him at the Senior Bowl. This is his ability to separate. He might be that Curtis Samuel replacement you're looking for more so than Terrace Marshall, because he's that guy that can play the slot, separate, run routes like that. So, I mean, now you got 4 receivers deep that can come in and make plays. Hopefully they use Chuba, fingers crossed there. You got Terrace Marshall. Was a good pick. So I really think they added a lot of talent at the skill players, even though the O-line might have not been addressed like everybody wanted. So I'm looking forward to what they can do.
Word.
Like Cena said, we do the opposite of what we're supposed to do. So it is what it is. Y'all had pretty toys already, Will. I'm good.
I mean,
outside of J.C. Horn, I was good. I like J.C. Horn. I like Marshall.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like the J.C. Horn pick. I said that they were going to shake it up and take a cornerback. I just thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be Horn.
What's the best?
Who said y'all already had pretty toys? Like you need something else. Where's the substance? I like that, Smooth. I'm going to steal it. I'm letting you know in advance.
You can have it. You can have it.
Yeah, we need some big uglies. We need some guys that look like me but 6 inches taller. Like we just need some. I mean, man, just like I say, if y'all think we've been overcritical or being extra, I see a lot of people in the comments saying, "No, Brady Christian's that good." The game I want y'all to watch. BYU versus University of Texas San Antonio. Watch this 6'2", 250-pound defensive end have his way with Brady Christensen. I don't want to hear nothing about a Roscoe, Rastafarian, none of that. I want y'all to watch him get bullied by a guy he
all
gave up 4 inches to and easily 70 pounds. Like I was just like,
wow.
And I'm gonna say this, like I'm looking in the comments. I'm looking in the comments and they think that we're being negative. I don't think so. I think we are being realistic.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got to be a realist when it comes to your team. You can't have the blinders on to the point where you're just not being subjective. Like, I mean, come on. How are you going to argue with stats and film? It is what it is. It might not be what you want to hear, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'll be there.
I truly don't know how he has the PFF grade that he has. Because I watched 4 games. I don't see it. They said he had no sacks, no pressures. I seen pressures every single game that I watched. So where they get that stat from, I don't know. But I'm not trusting that. Because if he was that good, don't you think he would have been going a long time ago?
Facts. Look,
I want to ask you ladies, how do y'all feel about PFF?
Defensive hog mollies y'all got.
Yeah, we got some D tackles too, though. Go ahead, JD. What you gonna say?
Look, I was gonna say, Kevin didn't want to be modest. They want to be fair. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna say what the film say. I said it with Troy Pride. He about to be cut. It don't matter. But listen, if they trash,
you say Troy Pride about to get cut?
He gone. He gone. He gone.
Get out
of here. Get out of here.
Not even a backup.
Nah,
not even on practice squad.
Look.
Go ahead, Jay.
Here's my thing, man.
He said it ever so smoothly too. Like,
I respect my journalism fam. Shout bless up to the National Association of Black Journalists. I love y'all, but I'm putting my football head on. This silky do-rag is on. His chain is on. I don't care. I'm gonna say what the film say. Look, we got another corner that could play press man. We got Miles Hartfield holding down the nickel. Like Troy Pride, what does he add to the team, bro? This not even a Troy Pride rant. I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this. What'd you say?
Depth in case of injury, right?
Keith Taylor. Stowe is better than Troy Pride.
I keep forgetting that the Panthers picked up AJ Bouye.
Look, Rashawn Melvin, he probably gone too. But look, if you want somebody that's gonna step in and have experience, more experience than Troy Pride.
AJ suspended the first 2 games. Pride will make the first roster.
Look, he can chill out on the
sideline.
Y'all
saying that he about to get up. Y'all about to take Troy Pride up out of there. He just got here.
Look, I'm just saying what the film say. If it sounds like a dog, walk like a duck, guess what? That's what I'm saying.
And then you got to think about Dante Jackson struggled with injuries last year. So at one point they had like 3 corners traveling to New Orleans. So you got to keep some now.
Yeah, we can keep some, but just not that one.
I bet Greg Little get cut before Troy Pride.
I'm telling you, I am a fan of Buck and Run, so I'm excited to see what J.C. Horn does in the secondary. Like I'm a fan of up in your face, jamming you up at the line, disrupting your routes. I hate it when secondaries are passive. It drives me insane. I be going ahead with my tweets. I'm like, okay, such and such converted on this 3rd and whatever, because they're always going to convert on 3rd and short if you're 10 yards back off the line. So I'm excited to see them be able to actually, I'm glad that they have the personnel now to actually be more aggressive. Whether Phil Snow does that remains to be seen, but I'm excited to see what they're able to do. I mean, I didn't even think they should have been allowed to use Steve Zav last season. They weren't thieving nothing except for hopes and dreams. That's what they were stealing. They were stealing hopes and dreams of Carolina fans. They weren't generating any turnovers. So I'm excited to just see, and I always call the men of the secondary the rude boys because they're the loud, the obnoxious. Every once in a while you get a James Bradbury, you'll get like a little silent assassin. But then, you got to be able to talk trash. You can't talk trash when they're passing for 500 on your head. You can't do that. You can't talk trash with Seattle when you didn't punt all game, but you still lose to Seattle because they're just throwing over the top, going bombs over Baghdad into the end zone. You can't talk trash. I think that this is going to give that cornerback room a little bit more swag, a little bit more confidence, and you need that in the NFC South. You need it because they got some good receivers. Every single team has top-tier receivers. Atlanta, it might not translate to wins, but they got Julio, or for now.
And they got Ridley.
I have them later. You got Ridley, you got Pitt. I mean, sky's the limit. I just don't want to see them go bananas like they did in that 2015 game in Bank of America Stadium. Everybody knows what game I'm talking about.
That's over.
Now you meant 2016 in Atlanta. I was at that game.
That one was bad too.
Game.
No, they went for 300 in Charlotte too, didn't they? That was 2015.
No, we won. We swept them. We won in Charlotte. We beat them.
No, in 2015 they were the only team to beat the Panthers en route to the Super Bowl.
But that was in Atlanta.
That was in Atlanta. Oh, okay. Well, either way, they went bombs over Baghdad. And then you got, Michael Thomas in New Orleans. We don't know what's going to happen with that situation, if he's going to be back up to full strength or not. But then you also have, AK who's basically the black version of Christian McCaffrey, who could just kill you in the slot routes. Or the slants and things like that. Then you go down to Tampa Bay where you got, Timeless Tom. You got, it's the other Mike. I don't mean to say it like that, but the other Mike, you have Mike to be able to, Mike Evans, you have to be able to defend these big receivers in NFC South, and you just can't do that sitting back in the zone. They're going to carve you up every time. So that's what I want to see. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, he was in the SEC. I mean, he played against Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, all those guys.
He's seen that competition in and out. He's seen that competition week in and week out. So, hopefully Dante Jackson will be healthy because he saw that same competition in the SEC a couple years back. We still don't know what the full spectrum of Dante Jackson is because he played his first couple of years with a lack of discipline.
Right,
sure did.
I said because when you get to the NFL, everybody good. Things that you were able to get away with technique-wise and make up with for your speed. You can't do that in the NFL. They're just as fast as you. But when you see Dante Jackson look bad, it looks really bad. It's not like he's getting beat for 10 or 15 yards. He's getting beat for 80, 90-yard touchdowns because he's relying on his speed, and sometimes that's not always going to be able to save you. So I think that from what he says, he has worked a lot on technique and discipline and things like that. He's going into a contract year. He's got to make his money this year. This is the year he makes his money. Last year he had the toe. This year, no excuses. No. So I just want to see what that secondary looks like. I'm excited for that. That's where my attentions are going this year.
Hey, y'all, I gotta get ready to go to work. My closing remarks is Greg Little is so trash. You'll probably see him at rookie minicamp helping out the rookies this year.
Damn.
And that's about it, man.
How you gonna say that and drop your mic like that?
That's what it is.
You gotta go to that J.O.B.
I gotta go to work, but
Greg he had to lay a dagger before he left, though.
He's cut.
Yeah, Greg Little get cut.
Aside from that, I'm high on J.C. Horn. So if I can get to watch anything fun, it'll be our corners locking down so Brian Burns can get after the quarterback. Simple as that. Y'all keep pounding, man. Y'all stay dangerous.
All right, smooth. Peace and blessings, bro.
So wait, who got married during the draft?
That was our blog writer.
Oh yeah,
Noah Sternberg. Yeah, he got married.
I know. I saw the tweet. He was like, "I'm at the draft. I'm getting married, but I'm still keeping up with the draft." And I'm like, "It ain't that serious, bro. Not on this day."
She never gonna let you live that down, cuz you done.
It might be that serious.
They should have kept that to himself, okay? Girl, now when they started adding all those draft picks, because I was at a track meet, and
let's be real, Sheena, if the draft was happening on our wedding day, we might look at our phones. We might look at our phones.
But you know what? I might have the first couple of times, but after Fitz kept trading for all them picks, I would have got pissed off and been like, the hell with it. I'll check in.
Oh my God. I was getting
that's how I felt at the track meet.
I was getting so annoyed because I actually was in Miami and I planned my whole day. I was like, okay,
turning
this pick, when the queen picks, then the slide here, bam, bam. And then I would be like, okay, the Panthers about to pick next. And I'm like, why is this team picking? Like, what is going on?
Listen, I was at a track meet. My 5-year-old was running. My 13-year-old was running. I'm going back and forth. And then I had to go get my second COVID shot at the Bank of America at the stadium. And I'm like, man, if you don't just wrap this thing up, wrap it up. I'm tired of this. Like, wrap it up.
Okay, should we take that comment down? That's our favorite not long.
It is. Listen, I be having to ask Vash, what you drive? Are you in the Benz? You in the Benz, Vash? I have to ask her because I never know what Vash is pulling up.
Sheena, what do you drive? Don't try it.
I only got one car though. I only got one car though.
Everybody
Vash be switching and whipping them wheels, baby. Vash was turning up in Miami. She was having a blast. I was having FOMO.
I heard PPP loan that Vash out for money.
Oh no, don't PPP my sister now. She been touching bread a long time now. We not gonna.
They be asking her for money.
That's how you gotta do, man. That's how you gotta do.
She having new shoes
I don't know. Right. I don't know what y'all talking about. I have no idea.
That is the female sneaker reporter getting all the exclusive on sneakers on the sneakers app.
She said, "Y'all
I have no idea what y'all talking about."
Yeah, I'm just over here being. No, she didn't leave.
She's got another bank deposit. See, man.
Hey, Rodney. Hey, Rodney, what the hell, bro? What the hell, Rodney?
Yeah, Rodney know where the bodies are buried.
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
I was like, now we got to go to the discussion and mess theirs up.
We're going to clown you, Vashti. That's time. We're going to clown you, man.
I don't know what happened. It just
you're good.
Faison says if we got to put JC on Pitts, that's an L from a scheme perspective. That's an L for a lot of people because you cannot put cornerback on him and you can't put a linebacker on him. That's why that man is a unicorn. Right. Now, if they use him right in Atlanta, he's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, well,
Atlanta
still has Matt Ryan as their quarterback.
That's why I said if they use him right now. But the thing about it though is Matt Ryan gonna get his passing yards. They might lose, but he's gonna get his stats. He's gonna get just like Jameis. Jameis gonna get his stats. He's gonna throw a hell of a lot of interceptions too, but he's gonna get his yards.
He's gonna get his yards.
He's gonna get that. So
I think we got our own unicorn
because he has the size of a tight end, but he has the route abilities and the speed of a wide receiver. So he's hella difficult to cover. I would feel, but honestly though, even though they're saying Jeremy Chin is now a linebacker, he's the person that I feel that's most equipped in the entire NFC South to defend him. If anybody's going to defend him, it's going to have to be Jeremy Chin. Other than that, he about to run through the NFC South like it ain't nobody's business.
Word up.
And we just going to be, me and Vashti are going to be looking at each other like we were at that San Fran game.
Oh, that was so ugly.
Listen, that first score,
I was mad I even flew over to the West Coast. I said, David Tepper owed me my money back.
We had good mimosas, though. We had good mimosas that morning, though, on the plane.
He owed me my money back.
That's some positive there.
For that flight and that rental car and Uber or whatever we did while we were over there. David Tepper owed me all my money back.
Man, why somebody said I need to sell plates on Sunday? Y'all play too much, Rodney Richardson. Hold on, Rodney must not.
Yeah, Rodney got jokes.
Called you out about your pockets and said I need to sell plates on Sunday.
Rodney
knows something.
The construction crew. Shout out Rodney Richardson.
Look, what you know, Rodney?
Tina, you know you posting plates on social media. I don't even know what you talking about.
That shrimp was looking good the other day. That shrimp was looking good the other day, Miss Quick. I must say,
with my Cajun pasta.
I was like, Lord bless it, Father bless it.
Respect.
I just love food, man. I really do. It's one of my favorite pastimes. There holds the film.
For sure.
But that's going to be a matchup to watch. That Jeremy Chin Pitts matchup. That's going to be a matchup to watch for the next couple of years.
And Chin
that's where Chin is going to make his money at.
And Chin was working out with CMC during the offseason, man. We know what happens when people do that shit. They normally come back.
I mean, that's cool.
Cleaner and crisper and all that other good stuff.
That's what's up.
I'm giving CMC a whole
Kyle
lot
Pitts
of
different piece. That's what I'm saying. Like, but he ain't no Kyle Pitts.
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying.
Specimen. And as much as it's hurting me to say this, because I always say that the Falcons are going to Falcon. They're going to find a way to trick it off. But that Kyle Pitts.
Oh, man, he's a freak, man. That was Will's number one athlete.
I thought he was the best player in the draft.
For sure, hands down. Like if Trevor Lawrence wasn't a quarterback, like hands down.
Only reason about McCaffrey is because Moore and Samuel trained with him all season, and they both had career years last year.
That's why I mentioned that.
They needed to though because he's throwing them the ball. He ain't throwing Jeremy Chin the ball. I'm just saying.
What's up, Vashti?
I gotta dip my puppy. I've been trying to go and come, and she is cutting up right now. This is like her time.
Look, she said, "Don't try her. You just ready to go."
He was off the hook right now, so I have to go. But if y'all are still on, once I take her out, then I'm gonna come back.
We probably won't be so, but that's good. It's good. It's all good, man.
All right,
Thank you so much for dropping by, Vashti.
Thank you.
Hey, can we catch you for training camp version?
I'm down.
That's what's up.
Word. That's what's up.
And it's coming back to Wofford, apparently, so we'll see how it goes.
Man, we'll be out there sweating and swatting away the little
the mosquitoes
bugs in the air. Woo. Treacherous. They're not even mosquitoes. They're those little things that you feel like something's crawling on you, but you look down and it's not. Nah, in Spartanburg, you look down and it's there. you look down and it's actually a bug on you.
I thought it was hot here till I sat out in Spartanburg.
Boy, South Carolina's a whole nother humidity, boy. That's
man, the inmates in South Carolina work out at Planet Fitness, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
The last training camp that I was that it was in Wofford, I was pulling double duty. I was covering the Big Three. So I would fly back from Big Three and then drive down to Wofford just to be hot and melt. You right, Rodney. Wofford, we ain't gonna say it's poverty because that's kind of mean, but it is hot. It's very hot and unpleasant. Best I got that put your wallet up money. Y'all are off the chain. How many seasons? They are off the chain. It said Chin needs to, but he struggles in coverage. He's gonna have to tighten up. He's gonna have to tighten up. It said he needs to, but he struggles in coverage because he's a safety / linebacker.
Yeah.
And they're trying to pencil him in on one position. And honestly, he may be able to get away with playing one position until you get to Atlanta. And you got to find a solution for Kyle Pitts. You can't put a corner on him. You cannot put a corner on Kyle Pitts. Are we going to see Derrick Henry stunning type situations every game, every time the Panthers face the Falcons. And I'm pretty sure don't nobody want to be baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost on national TV. That's embarrassing.
It ain't like we ain't used to it.
Listen, when that kicker picked up, was it Kenyon
Garner? Oh my God! He folded my man
like a pretzel.
Textbook. That was a textbook tackle.
Kyle Pitts is about to do it when people try to put cornerbacks on him.
Yo, he hit Bonner so hard he joined the Falcons the following year as a free agent. He's like, bro, I don't want no problem, bro.
Woke up in black and red and didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Man,
talking about ATL shot it.
Didn't know what happened. I'm telling you though, mark it right now. I know this is a Panthers podcast, but I'm telling you guys, teams that try to cover Kyle Pitts with a corner are just setting themselves up to be on the Sports Center top 10. And I'm going to laugh because that's what I did.
Well, we got to hope Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns is eating lunch because I like our matchup against their tackles. They tackles are right now. We got the advantage.
They're gonna have that pass rush got to be there because if Matt Ryan got time, he's got time. If he has time, he has weapons.
He's going to hit you. He's going to hit you.
He's going to. I know they give him a bad rap from that 28-3, Super Bowl comeback, but Matty Ice gets his numbers. If you look at his stats, he gets his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every year. It doesn't translate to wins, but it gets his numbers. I am not going to hold you. I thought that the Falcons were going to be looking for the next era after Matt Ryan this year. And they still might. It just, they weren't in position to do it this year. At 4, they had to take Kyle Pitts. Because, honestly, if you don't have a glaring need at quarterback and Kyle Pitts is there, you have to take him.
Yeah.
I think they're like Trey Lance, like the Panthers did, but San Francisco trade up kind of changed that, took him off the board. I don't know why.
That's who I think. That's who I think. That's what I think their eye. That's who I think their eye was on. I feel like their eye was on Trey Lance, and once he was gone, boom. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Last time I talked to y'all and I talked about them taking the corner, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I just was like, oh, what if they shake it up and take a corner? Then I'm sitting here waiting for Kyle Pitts, and I find out that they took J.C. Horn, and I'm like, oh. And as I'm talking to myself out loud, like, I can't believe they took Justin Fields. Like, that's literally when Blake walked past me and was like, oh, he got character issues. And I was like, what? I was like, man, what kind of character issues? I don't even know Justin Fields. And I'm like, what's up? What kind of character issues you talking about he got? What's up?
Right.
Let's talk. He was like, well, he's uncoachable. What you mean by that? He was like, I didn't want to say it because I'm black and he's black. I wouldn't say it publicly, but everything that Dan said, I've been hearing it from everybody else. And I was just like, oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no clue. I learned something.
Because me, I'm all about the black quarterback. I'm always about the black quarterback, and I'm always like trying to level that playing field when it comes to them. But once you do, unfortunately, you're in a tighter fish. You're in a fishbowl as an elite athlete. You're in that fishbowl goes from here to here. When you're a black quarterback, you have no room for error. Yeah. All it takes is one person, one coach, telling someone you're difficult, and you have to outlive that reputation. Not saying that Justin Fields is not going to be amazing in the NFL. He may be. And all those teams passed on him before may be sitting here, licking their wounds like the draft a couple years ago when Deshaun Watson was passed up or when Lamar Jackson was passed up. That's possible. But that would have to take him showing us a certain level of maturity at the NFL level to kind of outrun those rumors.
Yes. Right. Yep. Only way you're gonna beat
but I'm happy with J.C. Horn. But I'm really happy about J.C. Horn. I am like a cornerback connoisseur. I love the secondary. I love the attitude. I love the way that they can change the game. And I feel like he has the opportunity to be a franchise turning cornerback just with everything else in place on that young defense. Because not for nothing, they got better as the season went on. Everyone thought that was going to be the Achilles heel. Everybody thought that was going to be the Achilles heel, but they grew as the season went on. In that Minnesota game, I felt so bad being the pessimist and typing up how pissed are y'all going to be when the Panthers still lose after Jeremy Chin scored these 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds and they still lost. Like, I was like, man, they about to kill my mentions. But it was kind of like I said, the Falcons gonna Falcon. It got to the point where the Panthers, and I'll say this too, not even a knock on Teddy, because this has been an issue for the last 3 to 4 seasons that I covered the Panthers. Them losing within a possession or having the ball option tonight or game and not being able to close out the game, or losing the 5 to 6 point lead to lose the game. You know, they talk about a winning culture, and as much of an enigmatic phrase that it is, they have to develop a winning culture because they have not learned how to win those tight games yet.
Yeah, it's like the young people in the league now, they gotta learn how to win.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing, though. When they weren't the youngest team in the league, when it was a whole different coaching staff and coaching regime, they were still losing by one possession. So it is a culture thing. It's literally a culture thing. It's not even a personnel thing because the personnel has completely been wiped out. You got, Greg Olsen isn't there, Luke Kuechly isn't there, Thomas Davis isn't there, Cam isn't there, Ron Rivera isn't there, but you still get the same results.
Right.
Other than like maybe 2 blowouts last year, they were right there. And I think that that's what irks Panthers fans. People went into last season like, man, this is going to be a rebuilding year. Everybody get ready. We're going to win 1 or 2 games. But then when the Panthers showed flashes of brilliance and they were actually in these games, the expectations grew. When you're in position to win the game and you're just not doing it, that frustrates the fans. Right. Like before, they were like, man, they were okay with tanking. They were okay with tanking. But then when they saw that this team actually had the ability to compete, that's when the angst came to Panthers fans, because they're like, man, we didn't think y'all were going to be able to compete, but y'all can, so why aren't you winning?
Yeah, the worst place to be is like mediocre, like winning 5 to 8 games every year. You know you're not good enough to win the Super Bowl, and you don't stink enough to get Trevor Lawrence. So that's just kind of the same thing every year, just kind of in the middle of the pack. That's kind of how the Panthers have been since 2015, just up, down, in the middle somewhere. So
someone else said Horn defended Pitts in college and put the clamps on him, but can you put the clamps on him when you got to guard Calvin Ridley at the same time?
Yeah. Come on, talk about it.
Church.
Talk about it.
He's not the only weapon on that team, and if Julio comes back, you got Julio, Pitts, and Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
That's the beauty of a team that distributes the ball, Carolina Panthers. You don't know where it's going.
100.
Yeah.
100.
And I've been drinking wine, so I'm talking a lot more trash than I normally do.
That same energy, though. We like that's what we do here.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Matter of fact, what type of wine is that? Let me write it. What type of?
You got a cab?
It's sangria. I made it because I just be bored.
Sangria. Should have known she made something. Should have known she made it.
Man, I just be in the kitchen doing stuff, to be honest with you. And I just be like, I wonder how this gonna taste. And if it's good, you guys get a video on Instagram. If it's not, I just act like it never happened.
That's what's up, man. Yo,
and I know this is, I'm not even a stoner, but I made like the munchiest snack the other day. It was like a snickerdoodle cookie crust apple cobbler with Hennessy in it.
Oh my God.
What the?
I was about to give me some tonight.
God.
Damn.
Got me salivating up in this phone now.
That's why I had to go to the gym, because I just be making stuff up. I'm like, I wonder how this is gonna taste. The kids are like, "Can we have some?" No, not this one.
No, not this
special
one.
Cobbler. Special cobbler.
Oh man.
That tequila tonight.
Filet mignon with an apple pie.
Tequila. Hey.
Rodney said you be making filet mignon with apple pie.
And he's right. And he's absolutely right. There's no rules to this. No rules to this. I work out hard 5 days a week. There's no rules to this.
Tell them. Tell them.
I mean, when I say I work out, like I don't do like the aerobics, step aerobics, and Zumba. No, I like go get it. I be lifting weights and stuff. There
you go. You got your heavy, light, and your cardio day.
I don't do cardio because I feel like I've run enough during my college career and track career to last me the rest of my lifetime. I'm not running unless I'm being chased.
I feel you.
I'm just not gonna do it. I might do a brisk walk if the Apple Watch suggests it, but that's it. Because like anybody with the Apple Watch, when you have your little fitness thing on, it could be like 11:30. Like, hey, you're short of your goal. A nice brisk walk could help you meet your goal for the day. And I'd be like, let me take this watch off. You playing with me? It's 11:30 at night.
The word breaker said you be making entanglement meals. What?
Entanglement meals.
It's so petty.
Bruh.
Oh, man.
I'm almost 40. I can't make entanglement meals.
Oh.
I don't even really like people that much. So when we went under quarantine, I'm like, oh, I love it here. This is nothing to me. I live like this. I socially distance every day anyway.
Daily.
See, I don't like none of yous. I'll see you on Zoom.
Wow,
who's
Panther
Mr.
fans.
World Breaker? He's been coming.
Oh
with
man,
the
he's on Twitter, man. He's
been coming with the comments today.
He a fool,
he's like that every day. It's my man.
We love him for it.
He's like that every day. Well, Sheena, I really like to thank you for coming on the Four-Man Rush podcast again. You and Vashti really bring the heat, and I appreciate that, man. It's another perspective.
Thank you.
No doubt,
Thank you guys for having me. I love talking football. You guys give me a chance to like really just kind of relax and be myself and say what I really think without having to like dress it up.
Right on.
So that's different.
That's what we're here for.
Now, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Like my column is bi-weekly on Revolt. It's called Halftime Report. I just had another column be published today, and it's talking about mental health and CTE and just how the NFL has kind of, I'm not gonna say kind of, they have failed to provide post-career support. So whenever you guys get a chance, check it out. It's on my my Twitter timeline.
Okay.
Right on, man. Right on. Can you type in the comment section, Sheena?
I cannot. I can only type in private chat.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to type in your Twitter handle in the private chat, and I'll copy and paste that bad boy on the comment feed so people can go check out your stuff.
And I'm sorry, you said to put it where?
Oh, in the private chat.
Private chat. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll copy and paste that bad boy.
This guy said my block game is from the Shaolin Temple. He's absolutely right.
Wu-Tang.
Like, he's absolutely right. My mom gets blocked like once every 6 weeks.
Dang.
Like, no cap. She's the first person I blocked when I saw that Apple had the feature. I want to like, Mama. I'm like, you know, I love you, but I'd be like, Mom, I love you, but you know, like, I'm gonna have to block you. One more text and you're getting blocked. But the best thing for my Apple users, if you really want to get under someone's skin, block them while they're typing. While you see like the little text bubbles, bar none is the best.
Hey. So Shana, can we put you down since Wednesday's your off day, that Wednesday before training camp, to do like a training camp thing with you and Vashti again?
Yeah, that's cool. When I say Wednesdays are my off days, because that's the day of the week that my kids don't have track practice. Because track practice goes from like 6:30 to 8:30. We don't get into like after 9. We practice all the way at Mallard Creek. So any Wednesday evening is good for me.
Okay, because I know usually they kick it off on a Thursday, so that would be like perfect time. Like, didn't know if you were looking to be down there yourself. You know, how they open it up.
I'll more than likely be there because the Big 3 is on weekends. So I'll more than likely be there.
Okay. All right. Well, we definitely keep in touch like always.
I'm trying to find this article link so that I can add it for you guys.
Okay.
In just a second.
Yeah, super mom. Yeah, that's
y'all are funny.
Salute to all the mothers.
Be trying, man.
Coming up.
Oh yeah. That's right, JD. Say that again.
I said salute to all the mothers out there. Mother's Day coming up.
Right on.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
It will be at a track meet, but I can't. I can't hate because somebody did it for me. You know, so I have to be there. It's just that I have a range from 15 to 5. I don't know why I waited a decade to have another kid, but my 5-year-old is a monster. He is like a track fanatic. He's in my room at 5:30 on track meet days. He'll have his uniform on, and he's like, "We gotta go. We gotta go to track meet."
That's what's up.
And 5-year-olds is loaded one of them entanglement meals.
Thank you, Dominic. Man, he's super tall. He's so tall, but you know, my ex-father-in-law is like 6'5". So Aiden will probably end up being taller than my other kids. Like I'm the third tallest person in my house right now. The only person that I got any type of I can throw my weight down with is Aiden. And he's 5.
Wow.
So yeah, my 13 and 15-year-olds are taller than me. So but it's fun though. It's a good time.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Thank you again, Sheena. I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste that for you real quick.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, Sheena, check your Twitter inbox when you get a chance.
Okay, you over there copping please for Teddy Bridgewater or not?
Look,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
in the words of Bill Belichick, I'm on to Cincinnati.
Shout out to Teddy, bro. He still follow us. He still
Do not
follow
be
us.
quoting Bill
Silly.
Belichick with his little cheating behind. That's another show.
That's a whole
We'll talk
show by
about that.
itself right
Another
there.
show.
That's a whole
Boy,
other show.
yeah. Whoa, slow down.
We're gonna say that for after
Right.
New England.
We'll be here to
Especially
1
since
a.m.
listen, especially since I feel like him and Nick Saban are like card carrying members of the Illuminati. I think I better chill.
All right now.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Oh,
Get
man.
off,
All right,
get off my
Sheena.
computer. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, have a good
Bye.
night,
Thank
man. Oh, man. Hey,
That was fun.
Thanks, Panther fans. We really appreciate you guys, man, and communicating with us and having fun with us on here, man. The season's around the corner, man. Hopefully, based on what the ladies were saying, we'll have a full camp. That'll be great. Get that continuity going. See what these guys are going to look like. Unlike last year, we're like, well, what was it going to be like? So hopefully, they'll maybe even have a preseason schedule. Is that possible?
Nothing finalized yet. They're still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fingers
Now,
crossed.
what I will share that came out today, because I'm a PSL owner. As y'all know, the schedule getting ready to come out a week from Wednesday. Matter of fact, no, a week from tonight. At 4:00. Yeah, it's going to be the NFL schedule release. And let me pull up this email here. They're going to have a pre-sale. So if any one of y'all want to get the jump for the single game tickets for particularly the New England game, which a lot of us are trying to go. Let me see. Okay, here it is. It says the schedule will be released next Wednesday, May 12th at 8 p.m. on Panthers.com. A limited number of single game tickets will go on sale at 9 p.m. Eastern that night, but we give you the chance to buy early. As a PSL owner, they're going to give me a special code that allow me to have access to it. So, like I said, I think all of us agree we're going to try to make the New England game. So, if y'all want me to give y'all the inside scoop to get tickets. JD, you say you was coming, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to be there, New England.
And you too, Will, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up.
All right, Tim, gonna bring you down this time, Tim?
Depends, bro. I'm all about that business, boss. It depends, man. I would love to, though.
Man, you ain't hung out since we was dabbing back in 2015, bro, at the Redskins game.
It's been a minute. I need to get down there. The
Panthers undefeated when you come. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
That's from that point on. Every game I've been to at Bank of America Stadium since 2015, we have won every single one of them. Remember Tampa. Come on, bro.
You sound like you need sweet tickets, bro.
Come on, bro. I mean, help a brother out. I'll help you. You help me.
Get that brother a suite, a box. He need a whole Timmy VO box. That's what.
Give him the old Gene Friday suite.
But yeah, hey, Panther fans, get your tickets, man. Especially that Patriots game. That shit's gonna fly. It's gonna fly off the shelf, Jack. It's
tell you, I'm not expect ticket price to be at least 2 or more, because when we open up the season at home against the Dallas Cowboys, tickets that was regular like $50-$60, it was like a 1 in front of it. So for this game with Cam coming, I'm saying expect it to be 2 and up, even for the upper section. So, I don't know how much. Y'all got y'all little stimulus money left over. You know what I'm saying? But you want to take advantage of it if you can.
Might want to wait though, because it's gonna be Mac Jones. You're gonna be real mad.
Boy,
that's true though. That's true.
With my refund.
Right here, right? Mac Jones. Oh, hell no.
Oh, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Oh, man.
We'll just get my whole plug with that one.
Oh, man.
Boy.
All right, Panther fans. Hey, we appreciate y'all, man, and be sure to stay in tune with us on the social media platforms. Viewers on here from Twitter, Facebook, we really appreciate you guys. We're in the talks of maybe coming up with a place where you guys can purchase some 4-Man Rush merchandise, get some good swag gear and all that good stuff, man. So be on the lookout for that coming out soon, hopefully. All right. The actual podcast recording will be in 2 parts because this is like a little over a 2-hour show. So this will be in 2 parts, obviously. So be on the lookout for our podcast recording coming out. It should be out tomorrow. Part 1 should be out tomorrow. So, hey, YouTube and all the good stuff. But we can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much for dropping by, man. Whether you listen to this podcast in the morning, afternoon, or evening, we appreciate y'all. That defense is going to be trill. Yeah.
Got some DBs finally.
What? Defense gonna be trail.
Y'all know I'm happy about them DBs, bro. Y'all know.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Trill, I can't believe Trill Williams went undrafted. I can't remember who he signed with, though. I was shocked by that.
Saints got him.
Saints got him.
Of course.
Chunky Gardner Johnson too. All our DBs go there.
Come on, man.
Man, bro. Look, Lattimore going to C Block 4.
Oh Lord. Hey, Panther fans, y'all have a good night, man. We'll see you guys around, and as always, keep pounding. Man, damn Saints! I swear to God. Oh.
I'm just taking time to really let it breathe. So baby, just chill. She love it. We out in public and we can just chill with my partners, and we can go back to my crib and just chill under covers and do we call me and you levels.
The 4-Man Rush is brought to you by the love and respect of and for the Carolina Panthers and Carolina Panther fans everywhere. Keep pounding. The 4-Man Rush is a non-affiliate of the Carolina Panther organization. All thoughts, assessments, and content of this podcast is directly related to the 4-Man Rush exclusively. Thank you.